from beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Miami Dolphins. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Ready.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
21G.
First carry of the game for the Aggie alum, Devon Achane. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Dolphins hit 10-4 on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Tua now on first down. This goes to the tight end, Eric Sauber. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Achane on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Again, it's Achane. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. This now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. KaVontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. You talk about this Miami defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass. So 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
And I do think that there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or two, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I'd keep pressing it downfield.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Meanwhile, Dak's throw there taken in by Smith. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
2nd down, Prescott. Goes right back to Smith again. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. That's dumped off to Pollard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. To throw is Prescott. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. H.A. now up the middle. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 3rd and 7. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Going to run again here with Pollard. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll run on first down with Evans. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
A give up the middle to Evans. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Prescott now from the 50. And this is going to be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll run forward with Pollard. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Prescott off play action. Steps away to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we... in this second quarter. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Prescott now. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Running left, it's Achane. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now Prescott. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Second down in a yard.
Turbo three, kick.
Tua sets up to pass it. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
They're right here.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
All right.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
All right, come on.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion.
Tua going to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Tua going to try and run. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Hey, get set.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. Brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game, start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Evans running behind center. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Prescott. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. Here's Bryan Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll start the drive with Wilson. Dances by him. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Another carry for Wilson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Taken in at the 22. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Open man right side, it's Lamb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter, and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. He's got his man. It's Gallup. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Cowboys 14.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. He dumps it off to Achane. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That's
Achane hit, and the ball is out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run for it with Achane. And some room to work. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the 1st wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the 1st, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And this one quickly to Lamb. Now he's loose at the 40. CeeDee Lamb. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Prescott. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. You have to use timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
All right.
A give up the middle to A-Chain. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
44.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fighting him off. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 48-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Prescott now. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Out of the gun, here's a give to A-Chain. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On play action, here's Tua. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jabril Cox charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
Go ahead.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Pushing through the contact. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go. Watch it, Oscar.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins will add to their fourth-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Cam Smith. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From midfield, here's Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Third down, here's H.A. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. This is 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Here's 1st down. Now Dak. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the whole team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead, that home field advantage.
My name is topic discussions. If I give them attention, I will probably start blushing. So power and honey is the only thing that I'm crushing on. Bonafide.